strategy for puzzle number 69, which I call radishes. This is a challenging puzzle. So my strategy for this one, first of all, was to notice that they already gave me some blocks that were merged together. Then color was the next thing for me. So what really stood out were the radishes. Then what I tried to do was to place what was already grouped together in another group. And there were just so many leaves in so many places that my eye was trying to figure out, okay, which leaves point upwards, which leaves point downward. And then I noticed the stem and wanted to group the stems together. And in so doing that, I thought, well, gravel's probably at the bottom. So I'm going to start putting gravel together. So again, shapes and colors are the key to getting this puzzle finished. I made a lot of mistakes on this puzzle. But what I learned from this puzzle is that the mistakes are going to help me at least know what not to do. And if you're working on a regular jigsaw puzzle where the shapes are different rather than just these rectangles, you'll put a piece somewhere and see, oh, no, that doesn't work there. But what you learn that doesn't work helps you to actually figure out what will work. So my suggestion for this puzzle would be not to get disheartened about placing pieces that really don't work, because that's the only way to eliminate what doesn't work and try to figure out what does. The other strategy that I repeatedly use is looking at the overall context of the photograph and figuring out what works artistically. So, knowing where the placement goes of the subject. So, in this case, it's this grouping of leaves, of green leaves, and where does it fit aesthetically within the photograph? So, does it need to be moved left or right? Does it need to be moved up or down? And once you're actually able to get edges, so you know that maybe the green leaf goes from left to right all the way, you know that's at least where the placement goes. And then you can try to fit in the other pieces that don't actually merge together quite so easily. And sometimes you have to move a grouping that's already grouped in order to figure out, okay, this might need to be a little higher or lower so that I can add the other pieces that work. So sometimes that's a really good strategy for figuring out these more difficult puzzles. Here, my strategy was to move those leaves a little bit higher because the composition just was not working, having them in the middle. Things just were not coming together. So I figured what I need to do is get them out of the way so that I could work on the gravel at the bottom. And that seemed to really help. as you can see here, getting these radishes in the right spot is a game changer. Nothing's going to come together until they're lifted a little bit higher in the photograph.